I have to say, Bachelor Nation, this had to be the weirdest set of hometowns I ever remember. We went through our first three hometowns and it just felt like boom, 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 done. And it was like just to get to the Victoria drama hometown. Like we started with Hannah Ann, they went axe throwing, and then went to meet Hannah Ann's family, and like all this build up, like, oh, my dad, he's a lumberjack. He's gonna be so hard on her, and then like the dad like tries to be hard on Peter, and it just came across as, well, I mean, don't be a jerk. And it was like, okay, so that's it. And then we headed off to, I think Madison's was next, or no, it was Kelsey's was next. And they just went, stomped some grapes, made some wine, went to meet Kelsey's family. Thank you to the Bachelor producers for not having Kelsey's dad there. We really appreciated that. And Kelsey once again gets emotional, says she's falling in love, and thought it was very noticeable Peter did not reciprocate. Did not reciprocate that. Like you compare that to the first hometown with Hannah Ann, and Peter very much reciprocated those feelings that she was throwing out there. And then we moved on to Madison's. I thought Madison's was gonna be a little weirder. All the stuff with everybody just being like, Madison, she's so pure. Madison is the purest being on the planet. And like kept alluding to like, Madison, have you told him about the And it's like, just say it. Like we all know Madison's a virgin. She's saving herself for marriage. And she's about to get ready to drop an ultimatum on Peter's ass. Then from that, we move over to the Victoria date. And the weirdest part about this to me was they had an absolute fantastic morning together. Like they went and did those photos, looked like they were both having a blast. They went to the Hunter Hayes concert, and like Peter was loving it, like it's the greatest thing anyone's ever done to him. And then somebody shows up, one of Peter's exes, and basically says like, hey, just thought I'd let you know Victoria has ruined a lot of relationships, and that's all I'm gonna say. And they go sitting on the steps to Victoria's house, and Peter like just says, hey, just want to let you know, like somebody came up to me, said this thing. And once again we see like as soon as there's the slightest road bump, Victoria just loses her mind. And like as someone watching the show, how can Peter just continue to have a relationship with her? I mean, we all know it's because of Fantasy Suites coming up this week, but we're just gonna ignore that, okay? And like anything happens, she just loses her mind, and she can't vocalize her feelings. And instead of just trying to work her way through it, she just goes so hard on the defensive. It was just very frustrating to watch, because like she was done, defeated, and then of course we all know now she gets the final rose. And it's like, I don't think that's ever happened where they went to a hometown, didn't meet the family. Like I don't remember that. Like I haven't been watching Bachelorette since the very start, but I don't ever remember them going to a hometown and not meeting the family. Like I even remember back to like Dean's kind of disaster hometown. They still met everybody. And then here, like Peter just drove off, like they had their fight, he left. And then she shows up at the hotel, still couldn't formulate what she wanted to say to him. Like, oh, the closest she could get to saying anything meaningful was, well, I was going to tell you I was falling in love with you last night. And it's like, well, Victoria, why don't you just tell that to him now? Like at least vocalize something of what you're feeling in this moment. And then we go to the final rose ceremony. Hannah Ann gets the first rose, and I honestly feel like for the first time, she might be the favorite in my eyes. Madison, you can tell that discussing her decisions and her decision to save herself until marriage is hugely weighing on her. And then Victoria F gets the final rose for whatever reason, and Kelsey goes home. And it was very interesting to see Kelsey. She cries over everything. She cried over a champagne bottle to open the season. Like anytime anything's happened, she's cried all season long. She gets sent home, no tears. It was just like, I can't believe this is happening. Just deadpan. And she's just gone. So we head into our final three. We're going to Australia. Seems like the big theme for the rest of the season is going to be Madison's virginity. And I hope she's not expecting that Peter's a virgin, because we all know he's not. And we've already seen one preview where Peter says, "Oh, I had sex with somebody 6 days ago." So he's even going to have sex with somebody. So I don't really know where this is going to go. I'm going to say as of right now, Hannison. Yeah, Hannison Ann, that's my number one. Hannah Ann is my number one. Madison, number two. I think they're super close now with Victoria. I'm still giving Victoria, even though it's final three, I'm still giving Victoria a 0% chance of winning. That's it. I'll guess we're back next week for Fantasy Suites, which should be a 100% disaster, just like the entirety of this season. So I will be back then, and I will see you there, Bachelor Nation.